Hello, everybody. Welcome to King's Quest, the 2015 release. Anyways, uh, I played through this game episodically when it first came out, um, but for some reason I never returned to it. I sort of just forgotten about it, and seems that really the rest of the world has too. Uh, I really liked it when it came out. I thought it was kind of potent in a weird way. And I feel that this game should probably be in the discussion amongst storytelling games a lot more because I feel like a lot of storytelling games get a bad rap and like sometimes, rightfully so, but I feel like this one is a storytelling game that really stands out by not sort of following that formula. It very much does its own thing and yeah. So I guess just I haven't even launched the game yet. Uh, okay, no setting higher than high, turning off VSync because my uh, GPU doesn't like the VSync. Everything tends to run really poorly on at least with my computer when I have VSync. So we're gonna be starting with chapter 1 today. Uh, so without further ado, I guess we can just jump right into it. I hope the actually hold on. I don't think I had the audio source turned on. No, I didn't. I'm glad I caught that. It's audio properties. Where would it be? This. Then I love how quickly the game loads. It sort of just like starts. I'm gonna move my. Can't. I guess I can't. Damn, I can't switch around my audio sources in OBS. But I guess this would probably capture them all. Okay. Well, I like how the game sort of just starts, and also this game runs really well. It like I clicked play, and within not even a second, the entire thing just loads. So yeah, I can press tab to open my inventory, and I can press escape to open the menu, and I can press spacebar to look at things, which is what I'll do to this well. Sun setting, or actually I think it's rising. Okay, well, now that we've lowered that ladder, I guess I can probably climb down here, right?
I had not been back there in years, but it was the last place left to look.
Oh yeah, Christopher Lloyd is the lead. You're gonna be hearing a lot from him.
Those lost wishes weren't the treasure I was after.
But look at all the coins on the ground, man. I mean, I guess it is a wishing well. You probably shouldn't interfere. The coins that people throw in there. Bad luck.
It was not exactly as I remembered it, but it wasn't all that different either.
Yeah. And look at this. I mean, this shit still looks pretty. So much detail into this. I mean, they like all the graphics in this game are hand drawn, which is absolutely fucking nuts to me. Although I guess this was the first game in the series in almost 20
guarded the
years.
lost treasure. I would have to turn one and see what happened.
Okay, well, say this one's probably the wrong one since
I
Skull was
decided this
here.
was no time to take a nap, even though that bed looked very squishy and very comfortable.
There's a guy trapped under the bed who's long dead, so I'll take my chances with the right hand. Yes. Okay. I'm glad I picked up on my cue.
Buckets, barrels, butter churns, and beds were jammed into every nook and cranny of that cave. It all seemed so familiar.
I love how... I know what's gonna happen here. I love how this game builds slowly but surely as to what's coming up.
Even though the bed was very comfortable, this was no time to hide under the covers.
Wait. Hold on, Grandpa. I don't remember this part of the story. Beds hanging from stalactites?
We'll get there, Gwendolyn. Don't worry. No detail in this story will be overlooked. Now, where was I? Ah, yes. As I treaded through the river of rumbling trundles, I feared I knew the source of that deafening wind.
Soon enough, we'll find out what that source is. Now, time to just walk across this rather sketchy bridge.
Beneath a
there
slumbering
we go.
pile of teeth and
There it
claws
is.
was...
Fabled mirror.
Oh, so you remember this part of the story.
Well, dragons are my favorite.
You want to tell this part?
Yes. King Edward says that greatest knight in all of Daventry on a quest to return his stolen mirror. A gigantic,
No,
hulking
finish talking.
beast of a dragon was the last thing in my way to...
My way, too. Add a shinier hat to my collection.
So, I didn't catch what they're, didn't pick up what they're putting down. This is, Bram's quest that the king gave him to become the new king. So, I can look at this.
I tried to turn that crazy contraption, but it was missing a handle. Someone tampered with it, creating some silly conundrum.
I wonder who tampered it with it. And there's this like big old thing back here.
Volumes of old books with foreboding titles clutter the shelves of that strange bedroom. How to Tame a Dragon, Breaking the Spirit of Hideous Beasts, Amateur Spells to Impress Your Friends with. No books about recovering missing handles, though.
Probably a character in that. Or whoever put the books there clearly likes to read.
So, the missing handle was booby-trapped? What did you do?
Well, I used my cleverness to outsmart the trap.
Very clever.
Then I used my cleverness to hide.
And the music intensifying as the dragon sort of takes a look. Love that. I love that. Not sure if
Luckily,
the
that half-blinded beast never noticed me in bed.
A dragon's eye must be really hard to pierce with an arrow. At archery lessons, I can barely hit a hay bale.
It is indeed a feat only for skilled archers.
I'm not sure if the audio mixing is gonna come out quickly in this video, so I guess I'll watch it when I'm done recording and find out. But
I tried to turn that crazy contraption, but it was missing a handle. Someone
Oh,
kept it,
right,
then
yeah,
created
right.
some silly conundrum.
right. I have to
What did you use to fix the broken switch?
open my backpack, and that's clever. I forgot about that. It doesn't prompt you to fix it. You actually have to think of what might do the fixing.
The dragon's chains were coiled around a gigantic switch mounted to the cave wall. This cave seemed to be filled with failed adventures.
Failed adventures indeed.
After he briefly basked in the sun, the narcoleptic dragon went back to snoring.
I probably sleep all day too, if Amira was my only friend.
Uh-huh. More death. Hard to navigate with just a keyboard. I'll try. I like how we're inching closer and closer to the dragon as we progress here. Feels like very natural progression of intensity here. Not there yet, but we're close.
Whoever designed this trap thought they were pretty clever, but I would probably find a way to hit that unreachable switch.
There's a bow on the ground here. Pay respects. That is just as grim as it is Dorothy. About lined up. I'm glad it's not picky about gravity. That'd be a learning curve and a half, especially in a game like this where palpable sense of distance is non-existent, really.
The mirror called out to me.
A big fucking cave. I love how it zooms way down. Gives you an idea of just how unbelievably massive this place is.
A ridiculous feeding contraption was cobbled together to keep the beast and probably its owner alive.
Huh. Now, I believe the puzzle is that I go up here and it'll bring me back down on the other side. So, no. I see. Okay. I gotta... the meat over there. Then come back down on the other end. There we go. Yeah, that's a clever puzzle. Big fucking cape just holding the mirror like that. And then big moment. Okay, now this part's rather intense. I gotta. Okay. I love this first person segment here. It really like amps up the intensity because like we've been looking such a broad perspective the entire time, and all of a sudden we're in like this narrow place, a narrow field of vision. It's great. Quick time events. Oh god. No, I'm not one typically known for playing episodic games like this, but I have like the special attachments in this one, so I make a nice section here. Nothing. Brief moment of grace, beauty, install the chaos before jumping right back in. Love that. It helps to not make everything so monotonous. Hey, copper hat, nice. Can't reach. between left. I knew I knew I had to go right. Okay. Middle. All right.
With the magic mirror safely in my possession, I dreamt of the Daventry I would be rewarded with, and the kingdom it could become.
The score going on right now does not say that. It's eerie. There's some dissonance going on here. Something tells me it's not over. I was like, oh man,
In that
it's not over.
split second, I had three choices in front of me. Any would clear my path to safety, and all would have rippling consequences.
So kill him, return to slavery, or free him. I'm freeing him. I feel bad. I don't know how long he's been chained up, but he doesn't deserve to just be sitting here the rest of his life. Nice. What do you got for us, Christopher Lloyd?
My hands were shaking and my arms could barely grip the rope, but with the last of my strength, I climbed out of the well and headed back to the castle. Ever since the magic mirror returned, its reflections have warned the kingdom of danger, kept our family safe, and it has exposed many troublesome crumbs tangled in my beard.
Yeah. King Edward was so proud that you returned his lost treasure that he made you king. Everyone knows that part. Now, can we get back to that dragon?
Gwendolyn, there's so much more to my stories than dragons. I hope this old cap will be remembered for far more than the action tattered across its brim, sewn into the seams of many hidden adventures. All right, let's get back to the dragon.
Tell me everything. Like, why did you set the dragon free even though he was trying to eat you?
I set him free because, well, over the years I realized that the dragon was not the despicable, hideous beast Daventry had made him out to be. He was just a caged animal that was never shown any kindness. On that day, I forgave the dragon for his atrocious past.
You have such a bizarre way of making friends, Grandpa. I guess I do too. I'm known as Gwendolyn the Popular back home, but only to my stuffed bunnies.
I've always found it best to pursue friends where I can, though they don't always feel the same about me.
All right, you two. Grandpa needs to rest. Gwendolyn, it's way past your bedtime.
Sleep well, Grandpa. I'll be back first thing in the morning.
I don't need rest. I'm as spry as I've ever been, though I wouldn't mind a slice of magic fruit.
Youthful even in his age.
Well, hello, cousin.
Guard!
I'm glad you're finally here. He's been asking about you for days. I had to sit through the same story 5 times.
We got here as fast as we could, and I like our stories, especially the ones with dragons.
Ah, yes, the legendary beast that he set free. I don't know if he forgets I've heard that story before or he doesn't care, but he loves telling it to anyone that will listen. I'm pretty sure I heard the nursemaids telling his same jokes in the hall.
Have you heard anything the doctors are saying?
Yes, doctors, wizards, magic elves. Grandfather is fine, Gwendolyn. They all say the same thing. He's just old. He still has a few good years left. Look, we're all excited that your family made the trip, but there's no need to worry. You should get some rest. I'm sure you're scheduled for a full morning of Grandfather's hilarious ramblings.
Oh, I'm also scheduled for the tournament tomorrow.
Ah, yes, the fencing tournament. You'll love it. I'm, of course, favored to win, and will make sure you have the very best seat to view my victory. The courtyard will be filled with important people and delicious hors d'oeuvres.
Oh, I'm actually competing in the tournament.
I had no idea we were hosting a junior tournament. That's incredible. In that case, I will gladly be there to cheer you on and eat delectable appetizers.
Nope, no junior tournament. I'll be squaring off against you.
I see. Well, perhaps this is the time to stop listening to stories and finally make some of your own. Good night, Gwendolyn. Sleep well.
He's right, you know. You shouldn't listen to him. Sorry, I'm not saying much. I just want to let these things sort of play out here. It will be
Come
kind of
in,
rude to interrupt.
Gwendolyn. You can set those on the nightstand.
Grandma said to take 3 spoonfuls of each.
I'll get to those. No need to fuss over me. Now, let's talk about far more important issues, like that fencing tournament. I hear you're competing.
Well, I signed up, but I'm not so sure anymore.
Nonsense. If it's Scott you're worried about, he's no bother. After all, I only learned that you entered after he complained about it all morning. Threatened, I'm guessing. There are many ways to win a duel. I, for one, have always been fond of... treating my opponents with respect. You'll be surprised what opens up to you. A lovely fellow once told me the fastest way to anyone's heart is through their stomach. Speaking of, that reminds me of a story, one I know you haven't heard before. When I was a much younger lad, before I was a knight, before I'd been to Daventry, and even before I had seen a dragon. It's a tale about a tournament that changed my life. It is a long story, but I shall tell it briefly.
Oh my
Well, Triumph,
god, that's
this
beautiful.
looks as good a place as any to camp for the night. Let's rest up. We have a big day tomorrow.
Oh.
After gracefully rappelling down the cliff, I welcome the sight of an actual road, the first sign of civilization.
Okay. Well, I guess that's a pretty good place to leave this first part here. Yeah, I'm surprised how well this game has held up, really. I mean, I know it's not that old, but still, I'm very enticed by the story here, and I find it's moving in a weird way. I find that it has a very lighthearted way of getting across very important topics. Or at least it implies very much more heavy things than what it tells on the surface, and I find that's very beautiful in a way. Um, yeah, this is better than I remember. I'm shocked, really. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.